Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer workshop. My name is Pat Baer and I am doing a build stream. Happy towards the end of 2018 everybody. If you're watching live in Twitch and you're a subscriber, you can throw the Bear Cave emote in there. Logan Payne just subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much for that, Logan. I was just about to say, Waffle Soup is here. If you are currently a subscriber or you were in the past and you use your Twitch coin from Twitch Prime, then you should make sure you can renew and jump in. Harold just donated 25 bits with the hashtag charity. Thank you very much, Harold. Also, Harold is hosting the stream, which is really nice. Ultron's here. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. Lashbrook is here. I forgot to say hi to Lashbrook. Hello, Lashbrook. So we are working on a model kit. We're going to get started in a couple minutes. We're going to see if anybody else wants to join us before we dive in. We're working on Cell. You can't see Cell because Cell is green and doesn't work in this camera very well. Cell looks purple because of the background. Oh man, bye Cell. Cell is disappearing. That's creepy and weird. But yeah, we're working on a Cell figure. Whoop whoop indeed. Invisible Cell, yes. And then we're going to work on Android 18, which we got from Alexandra. Now, Cell Junior colors, yes. Tomorrow I will do a poll. I'll put a poll out for my Patreon $10 supporters to say what we build next. I know what we're building next. We're going to do this. We're going to do Android 18. Then we're going to do a Pokemon fake Lego kit. It's one of those other kits that's not Lego kit, but it's Pokemon. I'm not going to say which one, but we got a Pokemon to put together that someone sent to me while I was away, and I got it when I came back today. Folks, I got off a plane at 3:45 p.m. tonight in New Jersey, in Newark, New Jersey, and I walked in my door at 7:15 p.m. It took a very long time. It was a great trip, Harold, and we'll talk about that during the stream. You know, I'll mention some stuff. I also said that I would show off the weird board game that my cousin and his wife got me. Apparently, it's over 2 million sold, and I've never heard of it, and it looks nonsensical. I don't think I'll ever play it on stream, but it should be kind of fun to do. Also, I got to do a tight shot because I'm wearing the Old Games shirt, which looks weird on a green screen, but is, in fact, a cool shirt to wear when you are traveling. I found it's one of the shirts I like wearing in the airport because the TSA agent, who, as far as I know, was working without pay, thanks the government, commented, "I like old games, like Galaga." And I went, "Hell yeah, Galaga." And he smiled, and that was nice. It was a nice interaction with a TSA agent who wanted me to put my USB charger out from my bag because it was big. He didn't like the size of it. But yeah, anyway, let's look at the overhead shot. Here's Cell. Now you can see Cell on the overhead. Get a sense of what Cell looks like. So we got most of the body of Cell done. I switched to the open palm so we can do the Kamehameha, because if you remember, Cell had the cells of several Saiyans and could do the Kamehameha because of that. And they could also regen because of Piccolo cells. But yeah, we're gonna get going here. We'll put this aside. You can check out Cell over there. Let's see if I can move this so you don't see. Yeah. This edge is always a little weird on my green screen, so I like to move that over. I do want to point out, Ultron said he sells C-cells by the seesaw, which is a good bit. It's a good bit, Ultron, when we're talking about Cell. Didn't want to let that go. Good bit of business. All right, so we are working on our Cell here. It's a basic kit. The Android 18 is actually even like more basic of a kit because it's just an Android. Most of the parts of Android 18 that we will have to build are the various faces, and also Android 18 has some rubber pieces for the skirt, which is fine and whatever. It's okay. So we'll have that. So we'll have some rubber, which is interesting. Put together our Android 18 next, but we still have to make sell. We have to do sell. So yeah, overall, I had a great trip. It took forever to go home. If you live in New York, I recommend you don't fly out of Newark. I didn't. That's always my third choice. I am in Williamsburg, so two trains and an air tram, and I can get to JFK. It's relatively easy. It takes a while, but not too long. And then if I wanted to go to LaGuardia, well, that's just a cab ride. So that's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. But Newark, the best way for me anyway to get to Newark is to take the subway, 2 trains, to the Port Authority, and then get on a Newark Express bus. Now, you might be thinking, a bus, well, isn't that going to hit traffic during the day and take hours more than it would need to? And you'd be right, which is why it took me about 3 hours to get from Newark, New Jersey to Brooklyn. Now, I could have spent $80 on a cab, but you know what? I didn't want to do that. Instead, I just spent $20 or $18 on that, and then, of course, the subway ride. There are people far worse off than me when it comes to travel, folks that can't afford to travel at all. I'm very blessed that I was able to do that. One of the reasons I was able to travel was because I got such an inexpensive ticket. So I am thankful for that, and I am not trying to sound ungrateful that I was able to go and see my parents and spend Christmas with them. I'm grateful that I was able to do that. But basic economy sucks. If you can afford not to fly basic economy, which basic economy means you do not pick your seat assignment. You always board last, in this case, group 5. If you want to upgrade, you have to pay a huge amount of money to unlock the ability to then pay more money to upgrade. And finally, you have to you are allowed a carry-on personal item, but nothing for the overhead bin. Only something you can fit underneath you. So you can have a personal item, but not a carry-on item. You must check your baggage. And doing all of that, and then also flying out of Newark, it was still not the best experience in the world. It could have been worse, as I said, and I am grateful that I was able to see my parents and spend Christmas with them. But overall, I was unhappy with the general amount of travel that I did. Jay Stevens says, "Hey Pat, have you played Dragon Ball Fighter Z? I'm not a huge fighting game fan, but I really like this one. It's a lot more accessible than most fighting games, in my opinion." Well, Jay Stevens, you probably don't know this because of the question you asked. I, in fact, very much liked it. In fact, you might say that it was in my top 10 games of 2018, because in fact it was. I'll include this link later and it'll be in the show description. But I did a Giant Bomb top 10 this year, and it ranked on my list. I am very bad at fighting games. I'm very bad at most games in general, but I'm very bad at fighting games. But I had a lot of fun playing it on various couches, talking about Dragon Ball and various other anime out there, and I had a lot of fun playing that game. And it's an anime fighter in the best possible way. It is a Marvel vs. Capcom style fighter in the best possible way. It is nostalgia, a nostalgia trip. I believe I said it's a Kamehameha wave of nostalgia, which is a terrible thing to say, but I said it, and I stand by that. I had a lot of fun with it. Like I said, I'm not good at it, but also Hitman 2 is on my list, and I'm terrible at Hitman. In fact, I said it in there, and I will reiterate. No amount of any requests or demands or anything will get me to play that on stream. Jay Stevens says, Lawful, okay, thanks. I love John Bob more than any other gaming site, but I missed your list. Well, that's because Alex puts me on the first day. So I was out on Christmas Eve day, and I understand. I'm not the big name. Hey, even for comedians who talk about video games but don't write about video games, I'm no Mike Drucker. I'm no Ron Funches. And I almost said Ron fucking Funches, but I don't want to say that. Ron does cuss a lot, and it's fine. But Ron Funches is listed, and it's like, I'm no Ron Funches. I do, however, have opinions about video games. So I was more than happy to contribute again this year, and I'm very thankful of Alex that he asked me, and then again. But yeah, I mean, I got Donut County on there. I got House Flipper. I got some of the ones you'd expect. Oberdin. The games that you would expect that me, Pat Baer, likes. We can't all be Ron Fuckins. Yeah. We definitely all can't be Ron Fuckins. But we all can't be Ron Funches. So I understand why I am always early in the lists of the guests featured. But yeah, there's a lot of cool guests that are featured in that. And it's an honor to be asked. As a huge fan of the website, it's very cool that I get asked to do that. But yeah, to your actual question, as I said, I really did like it. It's such a challenge to keep up with the video content. I haven't read more than 2 to 3 top 10 lists yet. Yeah, Lastbrook, I finally got to today, and I just finished music. And I gave props on Twitter, and I hope that you will all join me in giving props to Jan for a fantastic job. Even with links, even with time codes, as I say in that email, in my message, that's an incredible job of balancing, getting all those songs together, keeping the volume enough that people can hear it and talk over it, and writing that volume and finding not just the songs they asked for, but the songs they didn't think to ask for, and putting it all together. It's an intense thing, and Jan excels at that. Waffle Soup says, I'm only on day 2 of the Game of the Year podcast. Yeah, there's a lot. The first day is the shortest day, and so I managed to kind of keep on top of it. Today I finished up yesterday's and then got some of that. John Bob doesn't fuck around with the Game of the Year content. I love it for it. Yeah, and I particularly enjoy this year of just the first 3 days we're just talking about games. Because it allowed them to do a thing which I think they wanted to do, which I really appreciate, is the idea that since they were just talking about the games, they weren't talking about it just to have someone else go, and I hated it. They had people talk about a game they liked or loved, and then moved on to the next game they liked or loved. And I think that's a really cool way of doing it. It also allowed games to, which they do, especially when they get to the Game of the Year stuff, where like, I'm going to bring up this game and then never talk about it again. Like, I don't think Abby's going to talk about House Flipper ever again. But I'm glad she mentioned House Flipper, because I think House Flipper is a really great game. It's one of my favorite games of 2018. So I'm glad she brought it up, because I don't think it's going to get any love anywhere else. So it was nice to have her bring it up, and then not like immediately someone being like, okay, well, we're cutting that, It was just mentioned, and then they can move on. And I think that's pretty neat. All right, we're going to put some legs on our Android here. Sorry. Cell is an Android, but he's more than Android. But I think people sometimes forget that part of Cell, is that he is indeed, he's an organic, but he is an Android. He's a perfect Android. But he is artificial, created in a laboratory, under various conditions, bred to be the ultimate fighter. Whoops. All right, put some stuff in there. Oops. All right, getting this leg on is being a little annoying, but we'll get it done. Cells at work, indeed. I just did a stream of House Flipper not too long ago, and it's quite relaxing and fun. Oh yeah, no, it's Jay Stevens. You are completely right. I played it a bunch this year. It became my game that I played while listening to podcasts. And it's perfect for that because the music is just whatever. It's just a library of music. It's nothing spectacular. So I would just like mute it and then play podcasts and listen to those, or music or game soundtracks, other game soundtracks, stuff that I wanted to catch up on, or even like audio focused videos where there wasn't a lot of videos, images. It's great for that, having that on their monitor. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so this is Cell. I have not. I should say Harold makes the Cells at Work joke. Um, Cells at Work put out which is one of my top. It's my second favorite anime of the year, or second or third favorite. Cells at Work is the top three, no doubt. It's either the second or the third. I don't know. Um, but I want to watch. I want to watch the Christmas special that came out. There was a bonus one that came out on the 26th. I have not watched it because we are in the doldrums now, where all the shows that I've been watching are wrapping up, and so I'm savoring it. So I have two shows to talk about tonight. One of them I'll talk about later, but one of them is a double season, so I'll get more of it. But on Sunday, the last episode of Skullface Bookseller Honda-san aired, and I waited till today to watch it because I knew that I'd be emotional about it. All right, so we got Cell, and then one thing Cell does is here, and then you pop a piece out for Cell to go on its stand, but we don't have that piece. We don't need that piece. Now we're just going to make Cell's weapons. Cell stands like this. Wings going to go out. Does its thing. I'll put him down like that so you can see him. Over here, there's Cell. And now we'll make his Kamehameha ball and his Kamehameha, the charge, and then the actual wave. But yeah, I haven't watched the last Cells at Work special because I want to see that. I don't know what my top 5 or top 10 anime for the year would be. I can tell you number 1 would be with a bullet, no question, would be Laid Back Camp. And my number 2 would probably be Skullface Bookseller Honda-san or Cells at Work. I don't know for sure which one it would be. And then the number 3 would be the other one. And then 4 would probably be That Time I Got Reincarnated as Slime. I really like it. Then maybe Slow Start in the number 5, because that was a really fun show that I liked a lot. I don't know. I'd have to actually look through all the stuff that came out. This last season of My Hero Academia was really good, so maybe that would make the list. There was some good stuff this year. I don't know. I mean, there's just like a lot. So Cell can do the Kamehameha there with this and shoot off this power ball like that. Or Cell can be holding an energy ball, which we'll make here. Let's throw that way, which we'll just make quickly. And we're almost done with Cell, and it's almost time for Android 18. We didn't have a lot to do with Cell. We did most of it the Saturday before I left. So my trip was bookended by streams. I streamed on Saturday, last Saturday, and then basically uploaded the video, packed some last-minute stuff, hung out in my apartment, then got on a subway ride to the airport to go to catch my flight, and then I got back today from traveling. And I'm streaming. So, really, it's a nice bookend to my vacation. I will have some time. I don't work again until Sunday. So, I have this weekend to be in my apartment and catch up on sleep and some other work and, emails and play some video games and get some video stuff done. Honestly, a better Kamehameha than the one that comes with the HS Figure Arts cell, says Lashbrook. Yeah, I don't like some of the accessories on that. I don't think are great. I think the kits themselves, or the build quality, is really great of the figures. They're not kits. But yeah, so there's the ball. You can kind of hold the ball. I will say the one thing about this cell is both arms don't fit great in the hands. The hands there, both hands don't fit great in the arms. Um, but yeah, I figured this out a long time ago, folks, and I'm definitely going to recommend this if you can. Certainly not everyone can, but if you have some time off, do a little traveling. Go see family, especially this time of year, because it means a lot to folks to be able to do that if you can do that. But also, if you can, spend some time just at home in your home where you live. Like I have today, tomorrow, and Saturday to get some stuff done, but most part, very little before I go to work again. And I could have flown back on Saturday and just spent all this time with my parents, but now I get some me time. And me time is valuable time. I'm very excited about all of the time I have to just kind of relax. All right, so this came off. We're actually probably going to pop these off just to allow this to sit better. But that's Android, or sorry, that's Perfect Cell. Perfect Cell is done in box, ready to be photographed after the stream, and we will move on to Android 18. Now, a lot of Android 18, there are stickers. There was only a mouth sticker in the last one. We do have plenty of stickers here, including eyes, which is interesting. Most of the time, our Dragon Ball Z kits. Oh, we should switch. We got to switch to this one. There we go. We did it. Most of the time, the eyes are going to be pieces, and in fact, they are to a certain extent. You can see that there. But they also included stickers to get the whites of the eyes. So that's going to be a lot of sticker work, and then some really tiny stickers here that I'm not looking forward to putting on. There's so many stickers that they're numbered, which normally it's just symbols, but this one's numbered. So that's a lot. We got a lot of hair. I'm just going to kind of organize this a little bit here and talk about it. Do this. Do that. Yeah, I had the 2 days as me time, and it was great. I now have to get up early, hop on a bus to go to a wedding this weekend. Waffle Soup says, "Wow, that's a as they say, holiday taint. The days between Christmas and New Year's, getting in one last wedding. All right. A reminder to folks that if you use your Twitch coin to support me, thank you. But also make sure that you renew it when it's time. It helps me out a lot for folks if they can renew those. Because subscribers let me buy cool kits. And then sometimes people send me kits. I'll mention it later when we take our kind of momentary break and I talk about stuff. But if you got an Amazon gift cards this year, in your stocking or something, maybe you buy me a model kit. I bought one. I got 2 Amazon gift cards, and I used some of my money from the streams, from various ways people have supported me, to buy a really cool, weird, big Lego kit that comes tomorrow, and I'll build in the future. Very excited for that. But I wanted to say this. This is rubber. This skirt here you can see there, and then you can see in this is rubber, which is unusual for these kits, front and back of Android 18's skirt. Waffle Soup, I hope you have fun at the wedding. I'm glad you had some you time. That's very important, as I said. All right, so let's see here. All right, so step 1 is going to be, that's complete assembly. We don't want to do that. These kits are not always great. That's a leg, left leg, waist. So we'll start here. We're going to start here on this. I've said this before. I will reiterate. When working on the Dragon Ball kits, I do not like that the booklets are like this. I wish that they were just like a regular booklet instead of this one sheet thing where you have to bend things the wrong way and it never goes back right. I don't enjoy that. All right, so we have the head, which requires a lot of work because there are several faces that we need to do. Make sure that the way is facing the right way and in the right position. Some parts may be distinguished from others. Check the numbers. Yes, we'll check the numbers. We'll make sure we're doing things right. In fact, it looks like we're going to do this without using the stickers for now. We'll just use the pieces already in it. And then I guess later we could put the stickers on if we wanted to. But it looks like we're going to start by just using the pieces provided, which is cool. I'm going to tweet out that I've started Android 18. So give me a moment to do that. Let's do that. See if we can get a few more folks to join us. Oops. Cell's done. Android. Oops. All right. Tweeting it out. I should remind you, you should become a subscriber because on Saturday, I am doing the monthly giveaway, which I do at the last regular build stream of the month. I send out a model kit, or two model kits in this case, the Goku Blue and Krillin. I'll be sending those two out to one of my subscribers who will we will choose a random number generator we'll pick from one of the current subscribers. So if you're not currently a subscriber or if you let it lapse and you want to renew, the perfect time to do that is now, because that way you'll be entered to win. Like I said, I am sending out 2 kits. Excited to do that. And yeah, I will send that out the next week, basically. I mean, I'll have to wait because I'll pick it on Saturday, and the post office will be closed on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, so I won't be able to mail it out until like that Wednesday, and then the post office is going to be a nightmare, so I'm going to go to the good one and not the one by me. Because my apartment, the one I've talked about this, the horror stories of one of the worst airports. Stuck thinking about airports. One of the worst. What was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, one of the worst. 24 C2. Okay, sorry. One of the worst post office, I should say. That's what I was trying to say. In New York is the one by me, my local post office. So when I mail that out, I'm going to go into the city and go to a big post office, which has a lot of machines, so that I can just mail it out myself, as opposed to my local post office, which has one machine, which is not good. C3. All right, so we're going to do 3 faces here. So we're going to get our pieces together to do this. And, of course, it's all spread out among the various ones. This is the nice smile one here. We'll do this first. Yeah. I hope you all had a good holiday, or, just time to yourself, or time alone, or, work, whatever you did. I hope it was fun and you had a good time. I had a pretty good time on my trip. I mentioned on Twitter, I'll talk about that. So last night I went to a holiday party that my very good friends of my parents threw, and somebody recognized me from League of Heels and Giant Bomb stuff, which was really nice, as a person about my age, which was unexpected. And then they were like, yeah, I know you from that stuff, and that's cool, whatever. Hey, I have my VR gear, or Oculus or whatever, the portable Oculus thing, or portable Vive. I can't remember. I think it's portable Oculus. He goes, we should play Keep Talking, When Explodes, because I've never been able to play that. I've only played it once. I have the printouts. And I was like, yeah, let's play it. We did pretty good. I think we were 50-50 on bombs exploding and bombs not exploding. It's pretty good for a bunch of novices, including somebody in the group had never put on a VR headset before and was like, we would be like, okay, what's the next thing? And then he was like, but this is like very cool, guys. Like, I could turn this bomb around and we're like, yeah. What's the other thing? We found that if it involved the memory one, if you played Keep Talking, No One Explodes, one of the modules is, in my opinion, harder than all the rest. And we kept getting that one, and we lost everyone when that one came in because we would forget something. All right, so I'm trying to get this together here, and I'm having trouble. Try like that. So what I gotta do. As always, when I'm working on a new kit or new ideas in a kit, the first time is always the hardest, and then it gets easier. But yeah, if you I haven't played Keep Talking No One Explodes in a long time, so it was really fun to play that game again because I really like that game. All right. So now we're going to do the thing where I double check to make sure I have the right pieces cut out. Okay, so that's C3 instead of C2. So that might be it. I need C2, not C3. What's C3 over there? That could be why this wasn't working. Huh, you think? Almost as if by putting the wrong piece in, it didn't work right. Yep, and that one went in right fine because I had the wrong piece. In fact, we'll just push that in. Great. Isn't that funny how by putting the wrong piece in, it didn't work? Almost like it was supposed to have the right piece. I tell you. Sometimes I am very amateurish when it comes to this stuff. I mean, it happens. Part of the learning. And I like people to be able to see me kind of screw up here and there. I think it's genuine. I should also mention, I'll mention it in the middle, but Monday, if you don't have New Year's Eve plans, if you do, congrats and enjoy them. If you don't, I'm going to be streaming. It's my bonus game stream that I'll be doing. We'll play some games. We'll play some Quiplash stuff. We're going to start at 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to go till midnight East Coast. I thought that would be fun. A fun way to ring in the new year because I did not have plans and I was looking for a time to do my bonus game stream and I was like, well, what if I do it on that Monday because I don't have plans that night. I'll stream. So yeah, if you feel like staying home and playing some games, we'll do some Quiplash stuff. I'm going to show the Christmas update for House Slipper. It's a Home Alone themed. There's some stuff, so we'll look at that. There's a bunch of fun games we'll be able to play. And I think it'll be fun. So I'm looking forward to that. That's Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Ringing the New Year with me, Pat Baer. I think it'll be fun. And like I said, I just, didn't have plans, and I was like, oh, well, this will be something I can do that will be cool. All right, so got some faces here, building some new faces. Then we got to build, we need D1 still. Got to be careful with this one. All right. Now this was the one we cut out before by mistake. So now we've got it in the place where it should go. So that's good. Yeah, let me know if you got anything good for the holidays. Like I said, I'm gonna uh, later I'll show off the board game I got. I got mostly clothes, which I'm fine with. Uh, I'm 38, so I understand why people are giving me gift cards and clothes. Uh, Still waiting. My great uncle will probably send me some money, which would be helpful because then I can buy something that I want with it or pay a bill, whichever. Uh, but yeah, I got that board game. Oh, hey board, welcome. I did have a hat. I posted on Twitter. It's um it's a Jack Skellington hat. It's a winter hat from Nightmare Before Christmas. And I got a pencil. I like Nightmare Before Christmas. I have never, ever in my life, ever said anything about that movie to my parents. I have never once talked about liking or hating A Nightmare Before Christmas. I do not know why my mom bought me that hat. It's very nice of her. It's too much for me to wear. Uh, my family knows me so well, I get gift cards for video games and pizza. Heck yeah, bored. Gift cards for pizza? That sounds awesome. And video game stuff too. Yeah, I got 2 Amazon gift cards this year, which is great because I buy so much on Amazon, including the kit I bought. Um, but that's very cool. All right, I'm gonna look up. I'm gonna get this photo that I want. I'm gonna add a photo so you can see me. Let's see if I can find this photo. Can I just copy this? Nope, nope, nope. That's not what I want to do. All right, I'm going to put one photo. I'm going to save it. Let's see. Nope. Of course, it doesn't want me to. Hold on. Going, finding this photo. Saving it locally. Here. Adding a photo. Image. Okay. Okay. I bet there's a better way of doing what I'm doing right now, but whatever. Here it is. Here's the Jack Skellington hat and the pencil, and then there's me. And why? 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 Why did this happen? It happened. I don't know why it did, but my mom bought that for me, and I don't know. That hat you got was a trip. Yeah, bored. Waffle Soup got an SNES Classic and a new deck box for your Magic the Gathering cards. That's awesome. Those are both really good gifts. Ultron says, I got Warriors Richie 4 for my brother, and I got Dark Souls for the Switch. You got him, Dark Souls for the Switch? My parents got me the complete series DVDs of Voyages Enterprise on the Amazon sale. That's so much Star Trek. That's so much Star Trek. I kind of would love to have Deep Space Nine. I don't really keep a lot of physical media these days. I don't have the room for it, really. I own so many model kits now. But that's cool. That's a neat gift. All right, so it's got to go in like this. All right, it's there. And this goes in here. It's almost too much track. Yes, Ultron, it is almost too much track. It's a lot. You got a lot to watch. And watch it however you want. Watch how much of it you want. Don't watch some of it if you don't want to watch some of it. You know, you do you how you want to do you, and don't listen to anybody else about that. Can't I get this to? Because I don't really like Enterprise per se, but I will defend your right to watch it if that's what you want to do. You watch that series if that's what makes you happy. Don't let people stop you. Like I said, it's not my favorite, but I know some people like it. All right, I'm going to get rid of this photo because it's got to go away. I can't look at it anymore. Why do I have that hat? Why do I have that hat? I cannot pull that hat off. I'm going to save it for a dumb bit. Someday I'll do a show where having that hat will be great. I think I put this in wrong. I'm going to pull this out. Having some trouble getting this head right. I think it might be because of this. This is now your gaming stream hat. Yeah. I'll probably wear it on New Year's just because it's funny. But Lashbrook says, I got cash from my dad and bought a new headset. What does surround sound? Says Lashbrook. Ooh. I also picked up Night in the Woods and Celeste. Great. I really like Celeste. I'm not great at it, but I really liked it, and I think the music kicks so much ass. You know, I know Lena. Lena is a friend, but Lena did a really good job on that goddamn soundtrack. Okay, so now we have Slightly Disappointed. We have Slightly Disappointed. We have Bemused. And now we're going to make Straight Up Laughing at You. So we'll get all our various heads done here. Okay, that's the head there. And all of them, we only have one ear because of her hair. She only has one ear in this kit, which makes sense. We don't need to have another ear, but it is weird to be putting together these heads. I will say it is odd to do people. Like Android 18. It's like, that's weird. It's weird to build people, which is what we're doing. Ultron says Pat Skellington has logged on. That's, I mean, it's accurate, but yikes. You're not wrong. I mean, you are wrong, but you're not wrong. Okay, so that goes there. That goes there. Goes there. We got to do the other head here. Yeah, that was the weirdest gift I think I got. I got, like, clothes, which is always nice, but, you know, always thankful people are thinking of me. But some weird stuff. Got some weird stuff. But yeah, I hope you all had a good holiday and got some good cool stuff or whatevs. Should also say you could always follow the footsteps of Board, who's our #1 gifter. You could always gift someone a subscription to this stream for like a month. That's a cool way of supporting me and what I do here. No pressure on that, as always. But I will say, I say this usually at the end of the streams or kind of when I'm doing my, talk about ways you can support the streams. But if you ever think about somebody you know who was looking for a new stream to watch, maybe their fave became a problematic fave and they're looking for some new streams to check out, let them know about me. We got a few new followers because of doing the Giant Bomb list. I linked to my Twitter or my Twitch there, which is good. So that's been nice. But yeah, if you know somebody that likes building and talking about anime and a nice chat, got one of the nicest chats there is. Can't say anything bad about y'all. Y'all are always exceptional and really, really nice to talk to and talk, at and read what you're saying. Tell a friend. All right. Oh, shoot. I missed a step. Y'all, I missed a step. This is the one that has a mouth in it, and I did not put the mouth in, so now I got to pop this open. Let's see if we can gently sponge this open. Oh, no. I was like, this looks weird. I'll show you. Without a mouth, this looks weird. I hope you like the overhead shot. I'm happy with how it turned out here. This is the same exact setup I had on Saturday because I didn't take anything down. I just left it all up while I was traveling. So it'll be a variation of this on Saturday as well. All right, so we got to do D19, and then we got to put a thing in there. So D19 is here. And then we have to put a very small sticker on D19. That sucks. I find the mouth stickers to usually be the worst. 16. Yes, that's very tiny and small. So we'll get that on our sponger and do our best. This is a very tiny sticker. I mean, that's a very tiny sticker. You can't even really see it. And it's got to go on a tiny, tiny mouth. Yeah, I'm liking the overhead shot. You know, I'm always trying. I got a new piece of gear that I like that I'm using now. I think I found a good distance. It still, unfortunately, has the issue of it's attached to the stand for my monitors, which is on the table. And so when the table moves, it moves because it is heavy. So I don't like that. But, all right, so let's see. This goes like this. All right. So you can't even really see this sticker. I'm gonna do my best with it. Forgive me for being a little quiet right now as I attempt to get this to stay on here. I thought Cell's mouth was small. This is like the worst part of these kits is these tiny mouth stickers. As always, I like working in decals more than I like working in stickers. I try not to do any stickers ever, but on these kind of kits, it does sell a lot. Like I want the red rocket symbol on our jacket, so we're gonna do that. But all right, we did it. Let's quickly assemble that so that it goes, so I can put it in here and then never think about it again. All right. Just push that in. Okay, great. This sponger has been very helpful for this one particular face, so that's been good. Yup, Red Rocket. Did I say Red Rocket instead of Red Ribbon? The Red Ribbon Army? I think I said Red Rocket, which is from Fallout, right? The Red Ribbon Army. The R's from the Red Ribbon Army. That's what I should have said. I got very caught up in that face. But there he is. Open mouth 18 right there. The Red Ribbon Army. I think I said Red Rocket. Yeah, because that's the Fallout. All right. So now we got to do a bunch of assembly here of various pieces. Do B1, which is the pale skin color here. As you all remember, Android 18 was a human who was changed into a machine and then but kept all the personality of who she was and her brother, her twin brother, Android 17, and they were disrespectful. So they were put on ice for a very long time. Because Dr. Giroux just assumed that he and Android 19 could get the job done. So basically he made 16 and he was like, this is getting there, but this guy's like really nice. So let me get some bad boys in. And then he got some bad boys and he was like, too many bad boys. So then he was like, 19 is just a complete android, was not human ever. And he was like, this is better. We'll go with this. And then also, I'm going to put myself in an android body and I'll be Android 20 because that's a great number to be. He's like, that's the way I'm going to go with this. It was like, oh, and I have Androids 17 and 18. They're not good for anything, but this Cell project I'm working on, eventually Cell can absorb them to perfect itself. That'll be a good use of these androids who talk back and don't do what I tell them to do. It's a great plan. Real great plan. All right. Get some hair stuff going here. They did not care for Dr. Giro one bit. You're totally right, Ultron. They were not a fan of the guy that turned them into machines and put bombs in them. Don't worry. We're building the detonator that lives inside Android 18 pre-Wish. That's a really weird, fucked up thing that we have to build for this kit. Very strange that exists. But yeah, we're building it. And now we're spending a lot of time getting her hair just right, which is cool. It's great. And then let's do this one here. Okay. Got to put a lot of effort into this hair. Get it just right. Make sure we nail it. Okay, so that goes in like that. And this goes like this. All right. All right, and then part of the head goes here. Okay, I'm getting this. I'm figuring this out. It's interesting, intricate, but it will all work out. And then that goes this into this part of her head. And then we'll choose the face, and we'll do the other part of her hair there, 13 and 14. Get her bangs going. As we said, there's only one ear on this kit, which is weird when you're just building the face. You're apparently missing all the fun, Pat. Or missed it. It might be over. What are you talking about, Lashbrook? I don't know. Oh, you're right. I am. I 100% am. I wasn't going to bring it up, but because of my streaming schedule, and because I did not know when I would get back here to be with y'all or to stream it all, I am not doing. There was a transformer fire, and the sky in New York was glowing blue. Oh no, I totally missed it, Lashbrook. I had no idea. I thought you were talking about another thing. I'll say it. They recorded the Giant Bomb Beastcast, Giant Bomb Beastcast role-playing game tonight, and it started. And I wasn't sure when I was going to get home from my trip because I didn't want them to do it today, but they did it today, and so I missed out. And I thought for some reason Lashbrook someone had tweeted about it or something, and that's how you knew. No, I had no idea about a Transformer going. Uh, that's really weird. I'm glad I missed that. That sounds terrifying. Oh, I see it. Yeah, I see some photos on the internet here. That happened about half an hour ago, and I did completely miss it. I don't know if I could have seen it here in Brooklyn. Uh, Weird. Okay. Well, I missed that. Glad I missed that because that sounds nonsense. Uh, Alex Navarro tweeted about it when it happened. Okay. Yes, thanks for the hot uh, GBE scoop, though. Yeah, I mean, they recorded it. I don't know what it's going to be. Austin picks the new game to try out that sounded very cool. I unfortunately could not be part of it, but I'll say this. Here's your preview. Somebody who's never done it before did it. And so I'm very excited to listen. I would have liked to have done it, but unfortunately, scheduling did not work. We had to try to accommodate a lot of people. And like, hey, I want Vinny and Jeff Bakalar to do it, right? And they got kids. They have a kid and kids, respectively. So that their schedule is harder. And Austin works too hard and too much often. So I want him to be able to do it. So it's like if I can't do it, it sucks, but I'll live. I mean, I enjoy it, like I said. And I also do not have that much time these days to do anything cool like that. So I always look forward to having the opportunity to play some role playing games. I just don't get a chance. All right, we'll put the head aside so you can see the head over there. Um, but yeah, I didn't see anything about the Transformer because it happened while I was streaming. Time don't care. Yeah, I mean like I said, for me it was like a thing I really enjoy doing. Um, I semi jokingly said, "Oh, I should start a um, real play podcast so I actually get a chance to play games." But I've thought about trying to do something where I play some board games and stream it as part of this as a way to play some board games. I'm still thinking about doing that. We'll see. No promises on that, but that's a thing that I'd like to do at some point. Um, is have the opportunity to play some games that I own and just never have a chance to play by making it into content. The fabled content. I have a new game to check out for Let Pat Play. I'm excited about doing that. I put up one on Monday. It's Katamari. It's fun. I think that was cool. All right, so I'm going to put in this special Android parts, and then we'll take a break, and I'll tell you about how you should support me and how you can, and various methodology for that. But this is the bomb that Krillin has the detonator for and chose not to use it. But this is the detonator inside Android 18. It was a weird coincidence that I got these back to back. Very cool coincidence. I also have another kit coming. It should be here sometime next year that I'm very excited to build. I talked about it on stream. And then I have, after I finish 18, I've got a Pokemon model kit to build. It's a model kit, sorry. It's a Mega Block set. So I'll do that next. Yeah, so here's the bomb inside of Android 18. All right, going to take a momentary thing here, take a little break to pause for the cause, as they say. First of all, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you're not currently subscribing, consider becoming a subscriber. If you're not following, if you just follow links, jump in, become a follower, turn your notification on so you know when I go live. I do Thursdays and Saturdays, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. But yeah, consider subscribing. Renew your subscription if you haven't. On Saturday, I am giving away a model kit. That is how we do things. I have a Patreon. You can also support there if you don't feel like giving money to Twitch and you'd rather give it to Patreon. I'm trying to get to $150 a month so that I can justify having the money to do 3 streams a week. I would add a Monday afternoon stream. But right now I can't do that, so I'll let you do that. This is also the time of the month where people's subscriptions need to get auto-renewed, so consider renewing it if you haven't using your Twitch Prime coin. Because during the stream, it's literally dropping, which is a shame. And then I have an Amazon wish list. That's another way to support. I need to finish packing for the wedding thing before I go. Waffle Soup's jumping in. I've got my Amazon wish list, and of course I'll jump in with whatever Waffle Soup has to say there. Um, I just bought a kit off this that has been on my list for a while. It is a mech shark from the Ninjago movie. Uh, whoa! Waffle Soup just gifted 2 subscriptions, one to Danny Ibicki and one to Ben Folds 1. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that, Waffle Soup. That's awesome. Uh, we now have 2 brand new subscribers, which is so cool of you. Thank you so much for that, Waffle Soup. Let's all throw the Bear Cave emote in there. Let the people know. That's rad. That allows people, to have a cool emote. If I have to slow down chat, they won't be affected by that. That's very rad. And then also now Danny and Ben Folds and Danny Bicky, they're both eligible to win model kits in 2 days. And Santini's here. Thank you very much for coming in. I knew you weren't sure if you're going to be able to, so thank you for that. So my Amazon wish list. I put up a bunch of kits that I think are cool. I try to constantly update it. If you see something you like and it's not Amazon Prime, it will be soon. I just bought this kit. It used to be $150. It was down to $70 or $80. Had some Amazon gift cards. Put the rest in for money. I'm building a cool Lego thing soon that's going to be really rad. It also comes with a hot dog cart and a minifig dressed like a hot dog, and that's rad. But yeah, Waffle Soup, thank you so much for that. Welcome to new subscribers. That's awesome. Yeah, you can also gift anonymously, which if you don't want people to know that you did it, you can do that anonymously, which is a cool thing. So if there's anybody that wants to do that. Yeah, if you have Amazon, before I move on, if you have gift cards from the holiday, you could buy something. If there's something you don't see on that list that you think would be cool for me to build, let me know. I'm always willing to take a look at things, especially through Amazon, and add to my wish list. Also, if you just want to do a one-time donation to the channel so that I can keep going, keep doing stuff, my donation page is Coffee. I'll put the link right here. It goes right to my PayPal. They don't take a cut. It's very nice. Consider that. No need, but you can. I have a Discord, the Build with Bear community. I post photos of all the kits I build. People plug their own stuff so you can support other folks in this community. And I always post events that I'm doing and all the videos that I put on YouTube. That's one way to see those. My top 10 video games of 2018 is up on Giant Bomb. I am going to put that in right here. So check that out. That's fucking cool. Thank you once again to Alex Navarro and everybody else at Giant Bomb for letting me jump in and do a cool thing with them. It's really rad. And then I have a show January 18th. I'm doing Shit Arcade. It is Mike Drucker's video game comedy show. It gets a bunch of comedians and sometimes developers, sometimes journalists together to play essentially very bad old games. Gita Jackson is representing games journalists, and I'm coming in as a comedian, basically, along with some other comics who are really rad. People that you might not know, so if you're in the New York area, consider checking it out. Anthony Tamanik is best known for doing The President Show, playing Donald Trump. Anthony is an old friend of mine. Katie Hannigan, or Kate Hannigan, as she's listed here, really funny. Roy Wood Jr. is hysterical, and I don't think Roy Wood Jr. plays video games, so that should be pretty fun. There's usually someone that has no idea what the fuck's going on. So that's a really cool show. That's January 18th. I know it's early, but I'm promoting it because it's a cool show, and you should come out if you want to see a cool show that I'm in. And I don't perform that much in New York, so that's one cool thing. Anyway, we built the bomb. Now let's put the bomb into the chest. So we got to go to C here. So we're going to build our... we're building our chest for Android 18, which is weird. Weird to say. But yeah, those are all my things. I should say all the money I make through Patreon and YouTube and Twitch streaming, all that goes into buying kits or equipment. As I said, I just bought this cool shark thing. This is a Lego Ninjago shark. I'm going to put a link in there so you can see what it looks like. And it's very cool. It is really rad. I have to save that image anyway because I got to put it up in the poll about what I build next. But that's coming tomorrow. I cannot wait to build it. It's so rad and it's gonna be so cool to build. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing that. I'm gonna put a poll up tomorrow for my patrons about what I should build because, like I said, I'm building this Android 18. The thing I built after Android 18 is going to be, and I won't say it because I haven't put the video up, but it'll go up tomorrow because I have to shoot it still. I'm going to shoot it after this and then put it up tomorrow for everybody about another mailbag video. But I will post tomorrow a video that will showcase, I should say. I'm having trouble with words here. Getting a little tired. Oh, that's going to go in the other one first. That's the explicit. But yeah, I got this fake Lego set of a Pokemon, and I'm going to build that next because it came from my mailbag. And as is tradition, I always build stuff from my mailbag before I build anything from my backlog. So I always start with a mailbag and work out from there. So the next thing is going to be from the mailbag, and then I will go into what I have left in stock. But I put polls up, so if you're a $10 Patreon supporter, you can vote on what I build next. So they'll be able to vote on what I have. I got some Lego, I got some model kits, I've got a few things. And then Board sent me that, or Board picked up that model kit that's coming next year. And I can't wait to build that. That's coming, like I said, that's coming next year and is going to be very cool. Can't wait to build that. All right, so yeah, that's going to be a very cool kit. I think you're all going to be real into it. It's a really good master kit. Something I never thought I could have. So that's very cool. And Ultron, I'm gonna about. That's the thing that I'm gonna talk about. So I will say this. Ultron whispered, and I'll say that Ultron picked up the kit that came in the mail that I got when I came back today. That I'm gonna shoot a video after this. Send it out to subscribers and then post it for everybody tomorrow. But that's a kit, and I'll say what it is when it's live. I don't like to say that ahead of time because I like to give my Patreon supporters the heads up beforehand. But Ultron, yes, thank you so much for sending that kit. It's going to be a really fun build. That's what we're going to build after this. Is that kit, and it's a fun one. It's a cool Pokemon that I'm excited to build. All right, so we're working on the body here of Android 18. We're going to get into the color here. All right. We held off long enough. It's time. Oops, sorry. One more thing here. Okay. Let's talk about some anime, y'all. So 2 episodes. First and foremost, we'll talk about that time I got reincarnated as a slime. This was a good action-packed episode. We got to see some characters do some stuff we didn't know they were able to do. Show off the strength of some of the characters. Some days were saved. There was some good bit of business of one of the secretary Oni had a good bit of business where it's very clear that all of the Kinjin uh, get very mad when you disrespect um, Rimuru, the slime. But if you're like, this dude's awesome, they're very much willing to help you and think you're cool. So it's very fun. It's a fun bit of business there. Overall, it was just some action. It looked pretty cool. I think next episode is going to have even more action. Uh, it's fun. Uh, and when the two female Oni characters are not in the same room, I think the show is better because then it is not a harem show, and that is great. I know there's at least one more female character to be introduced that will be really into our slime friend, and I'm not looking forward to that because it's a really different isekai series. It's pretty unique, and that for a large part it does not deal with the harem shit, so which is pretty great. Um, yeah, I like that show a lot. It is a double season show, which is cool. So it means that we will get 24 episodes, and that I have an anime that I know will keep coming out. So that's good. That won't take a break or end. This has the red rocket, the red ribbon R's in it, as you can see there. But we're going to put the sticker over it so that it's red. And that's sticker number 13. But we can use the part there as a guide, which is great. Get our red ribbon army right here. And the other show that I watched is the last episode of Skullface Bookseller Honda-san. Now, that came out on Sunday, and usually I watch them on Mondays, and I didn't watch it till tonight because I didn't want it to end. It's just a sweet series. And then 2 episodes, it's not even the best episode of the season, or of the show. There's some Christmas stuff. There's some stuff about working the night shift, which was fun. And, being part-time helpers working hard. And overall, it's a lovely show, and I'm gonna miss it. I think it's just like a really lovely like anime. I say this every time. If you ever worked retail, if you currently work retail, especially if you work in a bookstore or a comic book shop, it's so true. It rings so true. I want to go. I'm probably going to go tomorrow and go buy some comic books because I just want to go into a store and support a local business. That's how much that show means to me anyway. It's really special. Like I said, it's probably my second or third favorite anime of the year. So those are 2 shows I watched. I am waiting on the Cells at Work holiday special that came out. I will watch that tomorrow or on Saturday, so I can talk about it on Saturday. So I have something to talk about because my normal shows are done. New shows will be coming out. Shield Hero looks cool. There is a slice of life anime about a bunch of lady adventurers that looks good. I'm going to get caught up on Gridman. I'm not the biggest Trigger fan either, Board, and you said that you were told by some folks to watch Gridman. Yeah, I started watching Gridman and I kind of fell off because I can only watch so many series in a week because I have a lot of content, a lot of stuff I watch. So I am going to try to get caught up with Gridman. I kept it in my queue, and so I should be able to. Hell yeah, cool looking jacket, and that sticker went on nice. I think it looks rad. But yeah, I'm not the biggest Trigger fan either, but It looked cool, and I kept waiting for the shoe to drop. I only watched like 4 episodes. I do know that the shoe does drop on that show. Uh, and I'm not going to spoil it right now because I'm not there with it. I don't want it spoiled, but uh, there's a reveal, and it's a little fucked. All right, so we're putting some arms together here of her, white undershirt, basically. Get that going. Very 90s design. Android 18. Um, I don't think there's a rise of these kits version of the super track jacket the track jackets that she and 17 have, which are very fucking cool. But I don't think they made those, which is a shame because those are pretty cool. Yeah. So a bunch of my shows are ending, new ones are starting. Of course, we got Mob Psycho coming back. That's gonna be fucking rad. Very excited about that. Um, Next, My Hero isn't until October, I believe. So we got plenty of time before more My Hero. I think they said that. It's August, maybe? I don't know. It's next year. But yeah, like I said, there is I don't remember the name of it, but there's a slice of life show that is a bunch of adventurers, lady adventurers. So I'm excited to see that. Um, and I'll say this. I haven't talked about this on the stream since I warned people not to watch it because it was really fucked up, and the first episode was really fucked up. I can't recommend Goblin Slayer. I think Goblin Slayer is interesting. I don't think it's earned anyone's respect or time because the first episode is so brutal, and there's a lot of brutality to it. Lots of warnings for content in that one. And it is weird to watch that while also watching that time I got Reincarnated as a Slime, which is pretty joyful in its adventuring. There's some sad moments in that show, but for the most part, it's pretty joyful. This show, there is no joy. Uh, but as a study of grief and how grief can turn you into almost a zombie, there's something interesting about it. Also, the concept of a person who specializes in fighting like a low tier monster that isn't respected as like quest worthy. There's something really interesting about that. I don't think the show earns anyone's time or respect. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but it is interesting. I have found it interesting. So I am of two minds about it. Um, but for the most part, I would say don't watch it. Especially, maybe just watch like there's a special that kind of restates it that most of the major bad parts of it aren't in. So it may be worth watching that. I'm not caught up. I still have to watch the latest episode that came out. Holiday season stuff. I didn't watch a lot of my shows that I normally watch, and then also, just trying to keep up on Giant Bomb stuff because suddenly they put out, as you may know, a lot of video content. I'm watching the millennials react, which is very funny because they're, just watching the 2004 game stop video is pretty funny. GameSpot. I said GameStop. I made GameSpot. All right, so we can put an arm on, put the head on, and we'll build the other arm. This is coming together nice and easy. I don't think we're going to finish it today in the next 40 minutes, but we'll get very close. The head goes on badly. Don't like how this is constructed too much, but whatever. We'll keep moving. Like I said, I don't think we're going to finish it, but like the legs and the waist, but we'll get most of it done here. Because this, like I said, this comes together. This is coming together pretty smooth. 16, 6 and 13. All right. Yeah, and Black Clover. Uh, like I said, the episode of Black Clover that if people want you to watch that show, this is the one they'll tell you about happened last week. Dang is all I can say about that. It's really action intense. They brought in somebody. They brought in a lot of people to work on it that like are very good at those action sequences, including people that worked on one of the previous best fights. So they spent a bunch of their budget clearly on that episode, and it looks really cool and frantic. It's a good showcase. But like I said, like every other shonen show, it's incredible and everyone's really powerful, and they don't start that way. Because very few shonen shows start with the main character being awesome. Usually they start with the main character being pretty cool and trying real hard and figuring things out. So you should have that expectation if you're coming in late. We have a lot of manga at the library where I work, and when I looked at Goblin Slayer, I was like, big nope. Yeah, Ultron. Like I said, there's something. It hasn't earned its story, its exploration of grief, and like the Goblin Slayer. I like that in this world, nobody has like a fucking name. They have like a title, and they earn that title. Or it's like the manga artist decided not to name anybody. There's like priestess and blind priestess and elf and dwarf and whatever, and goblin slayer. He's the goblin slayer. He slays fucking goblins. That's what he does. And it's interesting, but it's vicious, and and I don't think it's necessarily worth your time. And for some people, they're like, nah, that wasn't that bad. I watched a lot worse. I don't. I don't partake in stuff that is a lot worse than that. It's not my jam. So for me, it's like, enough. But there is something interesting about it. This, the Goblin Slayer has everything taken away from him. In a world where there are a lot of adventures, and a lot of adventures do die like that, but nobody cares enough because it's not like the big hero, the big bad darkness that needs to get defeated. There's glimpses of like the heroes that are doing that. That's not this story. The story is about a guy who kills goblins, who ends up forming a party not because he wants friends, but because a party means he might survive killing more goblins. He's gonna kill goblins. That's his fucking thing. He's gonna kill all the goblins, and it's tough. Board says, oh yeah, Ultra says, yeah, it's too dark, darker than Berserk. I think it does start off darker than Berserk gets. And Board says, I'm a bit concerned about Shield Hero after reading the manga intro on Crunchy. If it sticks with the premise, it's going to be an issue. Yeah, so the idea of a dude gets summoned to be one of the big heroes and fucking isn't ready for it and isn't good at it is a flip on the reincarnation/summon storyline. But also, it's pretty clear that it's also a harem show, and all the members of the harem are like intrinsically linked to him, and there's probably slaves involved, which is this whole fucking thing that it certainly isn't going to earn or treat with any respect. So it probably won't be awesome. But I'm intrigued to the idea. I'm always intrigued by the idea of playing with a well-defined genre. Same way that I think that time I got reincarnated as a slime is really interesting because it is like so like because Rimuru just like wants peace. doesn't need to be a hero and kind of only demonstrates his power, as like a deterrent, not as a like, look how badass I am. It's like, hey, honestly, don't do this. We should just be friends. And I like that. It's got its problems, but I do like it. But yeah, I think Shield Hero, like I haven't really read up on it, but it looked like there might be some shit that isn't cool. And then might not be worth watching. But I do like the idea of summoned to this world and bad at it. It's like not here to be a hero. Doesn't have incredible, amazing powers. That's interesting. So, who knows? I will keep an eye on it. And I'll probably check it out. And I'll let you know what I think. All right, so we're building a leg now. Lots of our dark pants here, so we got to build that. All right, so we got to put some stuff on here. But yeah, there should be some new stuff next year that'll look cool. I'm always interested in some new stuff, obviously. I don't know when there's going to be, when any of that laid back stuff is coming out. I'm obviously very interested in it when it does, because laid back camp rules. I watched episodes 11 and 12, the Christmas episodes, again. It's the final camp out. And dress up in Santa costumes, and it's real fun. If you got time this holiday season, you're looking for a really nice, chill anime, that one is definitely by far the best of the year. A Place on the Other Side of the Universe is good. Or Place in Another Universe. It's good. It's not great. Slow Start is really fun. I think that's a really good one that a lot of people slept on. It also has one of the voice actresses, the voice actress of Kana from Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. The Kana voice actress is also another young girl in Slow Start. I think that definitely is an endorsement, because that voice actress is great and her character's cool. And of course, Cells at Work, which I said episode 14. They're calling it episode 14. It was the bonus video special that is out, and I'm going to watch that so I can talk about it on Saturday. So I have something to talk about on Saturday, because anime's ending. And I'm going to try to watch more Gridman. I don't know if I'm going to have the time. But I will try to have stuff to chat about, because it also makes my life easier when I have things to talk about. Oh, I had so much good food, folks. I got to tell you, I had some real good food during my vacation. Oh, some real good stuff. Does this get attached to? Sorry. Gotta find out where the next. No, what? Oh, I gotta. Okay, that's what I gotta do. Great. Gotta do C25. I missed C25 in the steps here. Or C24 is there. Okay. I figured it out. Don't worry about it, y'all. I was like, where did this piece go? Yeah. My dad has a place that we go and get ribs every time I'm visiting. Incredible baby back ribs. Got a whole rack of those, and they were unbelievably good. one of the best places I've ever been for ribs. It was so good. Choice. What am I doing wrong here? Hmm. Sorry, everybody. I'm going to have to take this apart because I did this weird, and I'm going to fix it. Post haste. All right, so go like that. This goes like that. That. And then this looks like that. This looks like that. There we go. That's better. Then there we go. That's a knee. All right, fixed it. No big deal. Now we gotta make the boots. Big old boots. Uh, had taco bar at my aunt's for Christmas. It was the best Christmas dinner. That's pretty great, Ultron. That sounds rad. Um, yeah. So I posted a photo on my Twitter. My Christmas Eve, we had Alaskan King crab legs, which are awesome. Uh, so we had Alaskan King crab legs, and then my dad made lasagna. He's fantastic at making lasagna. Um, so we did that, and that was very cool. And then Christmas Day, did a turkey. We like to do turkey on Christmas Day. Some people do ham. Some people do roast beef. Some people do, prime rib or whatever. Our house does a turkey, so we did turkey and all the trimmings, and it was real good. And then, yeah, on Wednesday, my dad and I went out for just fantastic. Hell yeah, lasagna indeed, Ultron. Just went out for legitimately, like, such good. And also, like, the place we go for ribs is just this unassuming bar. And we went for lunch. It's just known for making really good ribs. It's, like, weird because it's not, like, they got a bunch of TVs. They're, always playing country. They're, like, not known for doing at all for doing like food, but their ribs are just incredible. So we go there just about every year. And it's also kind of cool because most of the time I'm with both my parents, so it's kind of nice to do a day where it's just me and my dad go and get some food and kind of hang out and talk. It's always nice. I look forward to that. I got both of my folks still with me, so it is nice to take the time to see them when I can. Every year I go. I saw them a couple times this year, which was nice, but I always see them at least once at Christmas. Hell yeah, lasagna indeed. And also, I can't say that enough. I got to bring home with me a whole lot of turkey from Christmas Day, and that's awesome because I'm going to be eating that all for the next like week basically. So all my meals that I cook are going to have turkey in them. And it's so great because one, was a really fucking good bird. And two, means I don't have to buy meat for a few days. Obviously, one of the best parts about going home is not having to, go and buy groceries for a few days. If you're like me anyway, and parents have a bunch of food ready to go and don't have to worry about buying some groceries. That's pretty nice. Not everybody has that, obviously. And some people only do the one day, and some people don't do it at all. They do friend stuff or whatever, or it's just another day, and I respect it. Not my thing, but I totally understand it. I have a decent relationship with my folks and look forward to seeing them. So try to when I can. Try to make time. Certainly do around the holidays. So It's nice that I can do that. I know not everybody is in that position. And so if you're not, more power to you to have to just take care of yourself. And some folks live close enough to their parents or guardians or what have you that they can just it's not a big deal. It's just like, oh, I went over and then I went back. Um, my folks are in South Carolina, so it is a trek for me. And I get down there. I went down there twice this year, but it was good to see them. So to me, it was worth the hassle of flying. I was in a very small plane coming back because it's like South Carolina to New York or New Jersey anyway, is not that long of a flight. So on the way back, this plane, jet plane, of course, not propeller, one seat, aisle, two seats. So I had a window seat, and I was like, oh, cool, I got a window seat. Of course, the next seat over me is an aisle. That was a small plane. Did not really enjoy that. Plane not wide enough for a cart. The flight attendant had a tray, and so kind of like had a few things on the tray you could get, or he would go back and get more things for you if you didn't have the thing you wanted. And that was a weird way. And then a basket for snack or whatever. And that, like I said, that was small, and I did not enjoy it. Uh, I like my planes to be bigger than that. All right, so knee bends. Okay, that's good. Didn't have the problem we had there. So no in-flight movie. Oh, no, Ultra. No in-flight anything, basically. Very bare bones. But we got where we needed to go, and there wasn't any problems. The person next to me was on their Switch. I was watching videos on my laptop. It was fine. Also, the plane was so small that the only overhead was on one side. The side with only one seat had no overhead compartment. So that was definitely weird. A lot of people had to put their stuff. A lot of people who got on late, who was in, Group C or whatever, couldn't put their stuff up. As I said, I was basic economy, so I did not have any access to the overhead anyway, and had to put a luggage on the plane. It's just not the end of the world, and I made do with it. All right, so let's build our last legs here. But yeah, it was a good travel, decent enough travel experience. Happy that it's over. Happy that I'm back here in New York, and like I said, I have a couple days to relax. Should be good. It sounds like the flights I took when my parents lived in Wisconsin. I was in college in Florida. They lived near a small airport, so I had to connect to Detroit, Minneapolis, or Chicago in order to get there. Yeah. Yeah, this was obviously not obviously, but South Carolina, New York, or New Jersey, just one trip, so they just used the small plane. No, I've had that certainly a lot. Both times I went to San Antonio, connected in Dallas, and then switched to a real small plane. And the problem with a lot of those small planes is, even if it's the same airline, the smaller planes have to be in a different part of the terminals. So you might think you got to transfer to one plane to the other, and you're like, oh, I'll just pop in wherever. But nope, not wherever. You got to get there real fast and move quickly, because you're not like going from C13 to C20. You're going from C13 to like X3. Gotta really run. And then go outside to board the plane or something. Those jumper planes. Ugh. It's rough. Could have been worse though, so You know, counting myself lucky. I did not have commuting problems. I know some people ran into some issues. There was some poor weather in Canada, really negatively affected some people. So I am pleased that I am not part of that crew. Uh, Hope they get home soon and safe. So now we are doing the waist here. We're going to have to put in the butt. Android 18 butt is coming in. We'll do this quickly. Put the skirt on over it soon. There's that. And then my least favorite part. So we're going to put the legs on here while I stew about my least favorite part, which is going to be all these stickers here on Android 18. The one time I went to PAX South, I'm pretty sure Paul and Storm were on Dallas San Antonio. Yeah, no, Harold. Both times I went and I transferred to Dallas, to a connector, the amount of Twitch, like purple I saw, like Twitch hoodies, I was just like, oh, yep, this is the PAX flight. And it was like so many people going. It was very funny. Okay, so there are two belts we have to build. One belt is for when it's on its base because it's actually kind of neat. You can see this here. This piece here has a little extension, and that's how Android 18 attaches the base. And then this one is for when she's not with the base, so we'll assemble both of them. And that's the end of this sheet. We got to do a bunch of stickers, and I don't want to. Got to put some belt buckles on and some stickers. We'll do the belt buckles for sure. I don't know if we'll do the other sticker parts because I don't know. They're tiny. So we'll put some belt buckles on here. See that? But these, basically, this is the belt that goes around a skirt, which is blue. So the belt buckles here, or the belt loops, need to be blue. So we have very tiny, very, very tiny stickers. And the idea is to put them on all around. There was one PAX South where I literally, my seatmate was Alex Navarro. Like, the person next to me was Alex. I have a photo of that somewhere, which was very funny. And then Pat Gill was, there was another flight that Pat Gill and Austin were on my flight. And Austin was like a row behind me, and Pat was towards the front. That was very weird. The weirdest thing, though, was this year when I flew to Seattle for Emerald City Comic Con, I was like, nobody I know is going to be on this flight. Samantha Kalman was on my flight. Samantha had been in New York for a games thing and was flying back. And I had no idea. No way was I expecting that. So that was really weird. But yeah, flying to PAX and stuff, or when I'm on the train to PAX East, sometimes I'll be on the train with somebody. There certainly were several people on my train going to Philadelphia that seemed like they were going to PAX Unplugged. But yeah. I mean, the train station on Sunday night for PAX East is always just full of people that were clearly at PAX waiting to go various places on the Amtrak, including me. I'll always go Sunday night. I'm thinking about for this year for PAX. Right now, my Airbnb is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I go back Sunday night, which I think I'm going to keep doing. But I might go up on Wednesday, because what I did last year was work Wednesday night, go home, and then just go to the train station and take a very early train. And I did not enjoy that because then I worked all Thursday at our booth, the League of Heels booth, and then I left that and went and what is it? Oh, left that and then went to do a show that night. And that was a very long day, and I'd like to not do a long day like that. So I'm thinking I might stay an extra day by going up a day early on that Wednesday because PAX East is a 4-day con. So we're going to be tabling. 99% sure we'll be tabling. Going to send an email in January to confirm that. But if we are tabling, if we're not tabling, I might just go up, during the day on Thursday, miss a couple hours, because most likely, again, I'll have a panel that night because I'll submit shows. I assume we're going to be tabling. PAX East says there's the most room, so most likely we will. And then I have a year to try to convince people that they should go to PAX South in 2020 because I want to go to PAX South 2020, and I just need some people I know to go there to do to go and do the League of Heels show. And maybe I'll finally get to do the thing I joked with Mikey Newman, who now really doesn't go to PAX as much anymore, but maybe he would go to San Antonio. I've always joked that we should do a panel that is a mini talk from him about asexuality, a mini talk from me about demisexuality, and then just like music plays and everyone can kind of hang out and talk to each other. And it's just like a get to know you panel and like an excuse for people to get together and like, have some prompts for conversation. But I did think about adding asking Trin Gaetano to do it, and then just being like, or Kate Stark, either, and just do like 3 mini talks. Do an ace talk, a demi talk, and a bi talk. And I thought that might be kind of fun to add a third talk into the mix. All right, so these aren't perfect. I mean, they're far from perfect, but they'll get the job done. There's one extra one, which is nice. We had the eyes, which we could have put on if we wanted to. We didn't do the eye stickers. We just did the parts of the eyes there. We got 10 minutes left. We're going to just finish this off, and I'll start a new kit on Saturday because we have very little left to build with this. Just the skirt and then the weapons. So we're going to put on the belt that does not need the base. Belt is on. And then we're going to put we got to put we got to put the rubber pieces here. This is our rubber skirt as I showed before. So there's pockets in the back. That's nice. Nice for Android 18 to have pockets. You can just rip this off. It's rubber, which is cool. A little wear and tear to it. That's fun. But yeah, I'd like to go back to PAX South next year. Not next year in 2019. The following year in 2020. Have not been in a while like that show. Thinking about going again. And I'm also thinking about trying to do a League of Heels show somewhere that's not PAX so that we do 3 shows next year because we'll do East and West. And so I was thinking about doing something else, doing it somewhere else. I got to look into that. I wish that Crunchyroll Con wasn't the same weekend as PAX West because I think that the Crunchyroll audience would really like League of Heels. I'm bummed that we don't get to go do that, but it makes sense. It doesn't make any sense because also like I guess it kind of makes sense to do a San Jose anime convention the same weekend as Dragon Con because Dragon Con is in Atlanta. So if people don't want to travel cross country, they can do that one if they don't feel like going to the East Coast. But for it to be same the weekend as Dragon Con and PAX West, it's like that don't make no sense to me. Anyway, I don't know. Not my call. I don't make those decisions. I just deal with it. And then I'm always thinking about TwitchCon, but I would probably want to be a partner before I go to that. I do like, I have streamers that I watch and enjoy, but can't say for certain that I would be interested in going to that convention if I wasn't, going to go do some stuff there. So being a, partner will be part of that. And that is one of my goals isn't necessarily just to get to partner, it is to work towards that, to increase our viewership. Obviously, having right now 33 subscribers is awesome, and I'm very grateful for that. I think that's fucking fantastic. Thank you all so much for continuing to support the stream. But got to get the viewers up if I want to get to that partnership, which would be nice because it would open up a lot more opportunities for me in order to stream even more. All right, great. So there's the blast. That's Android 18. We did that in most of one show because these kits come together pretty good. But yeah, Ultron sent me a kit, which I am going to, mention on Saturday as we get ready. But the video will go up tomorrow on my YouTube, youtube.com/PatBaer. That I'll build, and then I'm going to put a poll up for my $10 Patreon supporters about what I should build after that, because I don't know what to build after that. And so I'm going to put up a poll to figure that out. I mean, I'd like to build the shark Lego, but like I said, my $10 crew gets to pick. And then I got to put these wings back on, so you can watch me put the wings on in the last couple minutes of the stream so that I can get this going. Put these wings on here. And then the wings will let me... Gotta put the wings back on here so I can take a photo. But yeah, that is going to do it for tonight. I want to thank you all for joining me. I hope you had a great time. I'm happy to be back. I'll be back on Saturday, normal stream time of 9 p.m. Eastern. On Saturday, like I said, we will be doing a fake Lego set that is a Pokemon. I'm excited to do that. And then we will be back after that with some other kit. Building, hanging out, having a good time. I hope you had a good time. Thank you very much, Board. Appreciate you hanging out. Thanks to everybody that hung out. Thanks for everybody that chatted. As always, it means a lot to me that people support these streams and chat and converse with me. It makes it a lot easier for me to do this kind of work, is when I can, read what you're having to say and kind of, jump off that. I appreciate it very much. I'm just going to put this on like this so that I can get this on. I just got to take a photo. As always, if you're on my Twitter or on my Discord, which I linked, I always take photos after every stream of my progress. I didn't always do that. Someone suggested I start doing that, and I thought that was a really great idea. So now I do it. So yeah, we did 2 kits here, and I'll get these photos up post haste. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I hope you have a great rest of your Thursday and a great weekend. Get the rest if you can, and we'll see you on Saturday. Bye-bye.